Hello guys, and oh sorry, my hair, I just unplaited it, so excuse me, but this is the first time I have my fro out on the channel, so like, don't excuse me, let me take up some space, okay? But anyways, welcome back to the YouTube channel, guys. It's me again. If you've been here, you've been here. If you haven't been here, well, welcome. And if you are having apprehensions about staying, just stay. Like, come on now. So welcome to the channel, guys. We're gonna be talking about a few things today. But the few things are going to be on the same umbrella. So let's talk about it and let's not even waste any time. Let's get into it. I'm gonna call this video, I wrote it in my notes. I'm going to title this video, Is It Really That Serious? Is it really that serious? Let's talk about it. So today's video, I was kind of really inspired by like just the internet right now and like just the atmosphere on the internet right now, and that really inspired me to like apply it to something I've really always thought about for such a long time as it pertains to ships, like TV show ships, and the fandoms that like live within those TV show ships. And I just really want to talk about it and get it off my chest. And I think what is the perfect fandom to scrutinize? And it's perfect for me because, as you all know, I'm starting the Semi Tune Pretty series, and so we're just going to be pumping out a bunch of videos to do with the Semi Tune Pretty. And one thing about the Semi Tune Pretty fandom is unhinged, especially when it comes to that ship. So yeah, so we're going to just be talking about like, is it really that serious? And just go through a bunch of points that I listed on my phone. So let's get into it. So the first thing I want to say is, it's literally just a show. Like, I feel like in this era, people really forget to like make those fictional, like those divides between fiction and reality. And I feel like, especially with like overconsumption, core and stuff like that, like I feel like people make it in a point to like forget about the different realities that we live in. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like to be a follower of a certain ship in a fandom these days is like literally a character assassination for yourself in real life. Like, you can be on a side of a ship just for fun and games, just for the giggles, just for the kiki, literally just for the looks. And the people in the comments will be like, you team this? Oh, you must not da 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 da. And I'm just like, calm down. Is it really that serious? Is it really that serious? So yeah, so that's my first point, and I want to get into that. So basically, the show, The Semi Tune Pretty, on the very basic bones level of it, is about a girl who has had her whole life surrounded by a bunch of boys. Her brother and two other guys who happen to be the sons of her mom's best friend. So basically, they've all been around and in and around each other's lives forever. Now, one thing about a romance plot, if there's a guy that you're not related to in the region, oh, we're gonna fall in love. But in this situation, it just so happens to be two of them that she's not related to, and that she's had a crush on one of them like her whole life, and the other one is more like a recent. She just recently realized she likes him. So like, I think like looking on the very bare bones of it, it's like the plot already is messy. Because what do you mean you have a crush on two brothers? Hello? Like, that's messy. So in real life, like, that's really messy. And who'd really want to be, like, you'd be judging. First of all, you'd be judging. Don't say you wouldn't be. So it's like, I think from the very bare bones plot of it, the show already messy because of that. Like we rooting for her to be in love with one brother or the other. Like, Like either way, it's F. Like either way, because realistically, if the plot had to be like really seamless and not messy at all, she only fall in love with one brother, and the other brother would just be clips like from the beginning. So let's remember that. That is the literally the plot of the show. The literal plot of the show is mess. Okay, like it's in the bare bones. Mess is in the bare bones. So that leads me to my second point. It's okay to have your own ship. And I feel like people lose sight of that. Like, it's okay to ride or die for your ship and then just keep your opinions to yourself. Like, you don't need to be on a ship and try to attack everybody that's on the other ship, like, why you on that ship. You know what I mean? Like, we all have different personalities in this life, and I feel like everybody's attracted to certain characteristics in people for whatever X amount of reasons. But given the fictional component of this just being a show, literally, it's like, how are you going to judge somebody in their own real life for liking X, Y, and Z? Like, for example, ever since Summer has been pretty come out, they were like, oh, Conrad girls, Edward girls, Stefan girls, whatever the heck. Like comparing if you're this team, like you were on those teams of other shows, and then therefore that means you must be XYZ of a person. Versus if you're a Jeremiah girl, you are a Team Jacob girl, and you are a Damon girl, or like a Stefan girl. I don't remember. But I'm just like, why can't somebody just like a ship? Like, why it have to tie to some overarching theme of like, you just like crusty man? Because, like, I mean, yes, liking certain things might be an indication of your real life. Like, if you're like an avoidant attachment style, if you like an anxious attachment style, you know what I mean? But, like, we are not therapists. It's not your job to tell somebody else on the internet what they X, Y, and Z are just because they like a certain shape. Like, I feel like that's not necessary. That's not necessary. Like, the show was made for us to tune in, to pick a side, to be there, to watch, to enjoy. So it's just like, are you just that bitter that not enough people on your side that we have to be fighting? You know what I'm saying? Like, it just makes no sense. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Like, it's weird. It's weird behavior. I'm like, I'm telling you, like, whenever I come to watch this show, like knowing that I'm like Team Jeremiah, like realistically, I'm not on any of their teams because it's like, first of all, I do believe in like love, like long time love and whatever. So like in the realistic things of it, I do believe that Belly should be with Conrad just based on the fact that she's had a crush on him his whole life. Like that story is perfect. Like she's had a crush on him his whole life. It's not unrequited. He actually does like her back, and like boom, that's tea. But the fact that the showrunner, the writer herself, decided to introduce a second element, it's like, so we're just supposed to ignore that second element? You know what I mean? Like, if the story all along was like, oh yeah, she ends up with Connor, boom, 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 then you don't think everybody would be here for it? But no. Second elements got introduced and other people happen to like those second elements more. Is that a crime? Is that a crime? Like, and there really is no, like, I feel like there's really no winner, to be honest, because either way, it's awkward as hell. Imagine getting married to Conrad, right? And then Jeremiah, like, you just know in the back of your mind that your brother, middles, if you're a girly back in the day, your brother was almost engaged to your girly back in the day. Like, that's messy. And on the same end of Jeremiah, if Belly gets engaged or married to Jeremiah, then literally she was with her brother. She was with. That's what I'm gonna say for that point. Like, I feel like either way, you don't win. So what's the point? What's the point of fighting about it? Just be on your team. And at the end of the day, they're just fictional characters. Like, I think this exists in all the points I've said so far. But like, at the end of the day, these people are not real. They're not real. Like, let's make that distinction. Because at the end of the day, Conrad is ending up with Belly, right? Right? That's what the book says and that's what the show says, right? not us. Like, Conrad's not ending up with any one of us in this real life. He's not ending up with you, more importantly. So it's like, realistically, why do you care so much who he ends up with, who Conrad ends up with? Why do you care so much who Belly ends up with? Why do you care so much who Jeremiah ends up with? Because the TV was made to make you have these revelations about characters, because it's a show. So realistically, you could think anything you want about it. You could have your own opinion and still not be rude and nasty on the internet. How about that? How about that? Like that has never like aligned to me. You know what I mean? I feel like shows, the beauty of shows is that they're supposed to bring in a plot, a device for everybody. So it's like, if one person in the world doesn't agree with one side of the plot, that's fine, because that's not what TV shows are made for. TV shows are made for fun, for enjoyment, for plot, for mess. Like, when did we become so strict? When did we start policing people's views on fictional reality? Like, it's just cracked. It's cracked. Something's up with the internet, and it's really funny to see it unfold. But it's also really annoying, because imagine a summertime comes out and you're watching a show and you're committed, and then just have this little irritated thing in your ear every summer talking about, oh, da, 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 oh, he's ugly, oh, da, 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 da. Like, he even da, 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 da. Like, it's not us that gonna ask the man to do those things, nah. It's the show, it's just the way the show unfolding. And then my last point that I have on here is, some people are just TV show people and some people are just books people, which is like my most important point. Because coming from somebody who just watches shows like they run out of style, like I just watch so many shows, like me, write TV show on my forehead. Like, I'm being in a TV show every weekend. Like last week it was Overcompensating. This week it was about to be Motorhead, but I don't know. Something slowly developing for that one. I feel like I couldn't get into it right away. Like, next week, who knows what it'll be. But as a person who consumes so much TV and doesn't read any of the books before I watch the shows, I feel like that's okay. And I feel like people need to stop holding TV shows to the standards of their books. Because it's like, I understand how it can be disappointing for some who read the book first and then the TV show doesn't live up to it. I totally understand that, like, that element. But like, I just mean like the separate reality of like people not interested in reading the books at all and they just here for the show. Like, I feel like we need to give those people their own experience, because I hate watching, because I read the books of Somebody Turned Pretty. I hate watching this show and trying to be in the show, and then people come and tell me about what happened in the book. I don't give a shit what happened in the book, okay? Like, the book is the book, the show is the show. Because if the book had to be so true to the show, they wouldn't change anything. They wouldn't change anything. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's two different experiences. Like, let's just leave it at that. Like, as I said, I understand the disappointment, but I hate when people, like, try to, like, make you feel bad about liking something and it wasn't in the book. You know what I mean? It's just like, okay, like, what do you want me to do about it? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't know if this like talk really made any sense. But maybe it's just me projecting my own feelings. But like, every time I watch TV nowadays and then like go online to see like what people are saying, it just really irritates me, because like it sucks all the fun out of watching a show. Like, for example, I watched Overcompensating like 2 weeks ago when it came out, and the show was fun. Like, the show was that, it was tea, it was funny. All the cast did what they did. Like, I was glued to it. I watched it in one night. Like, how many episodes was it? Eight episodes, and like maybe it was 8 hours total. Yes, 8 hours of my life was dedicated to that show on that one day that it came out. Exactly. I didn't have anything else to do. As long as that show was playing, I didn't have anything else to do. So it's like, the show was so good, and like, I go online and people talking about, oh, they're too old and blah 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 blah. Like, if you were really looking at their age, like if you if you were really looking at how old they were, so to speak, then the show's just not for you. You didn't get it. Because I was entertained cover to cover, and I never not once noticed that they were old for their age. Like, I never noticed. I never noticed because I was just so thoroughly entertained and I was obsessed. And I feel like that just goes to show like the erasing magic of like TV, like the fandoms, you know, like, or like wanting to be a critic in this life. Like, you don't always have to say negative things. You don't always have to give your opinion. You don't always have to have a think piece about like negative think pieces I'm talking about. Because I mean, here I am, spewing my own like, you know, random takes, like wrong or not, you know what I mean? But I feel like sometimes people really just don't get the art of like being quiet. You know, like always something negative to say, like just vibe, just live, just love, just laugh. Because even me, like, even though I'm on a different team in this show, like I'm on like Team Jeremiah or whatever, like I'm not even like down to my grave, like tie to the ship. You know what I mean? Like I see the appeal in both of the characters. I see the story in both of the characters. Like, I'm not going to get on the internet and type in and assassinating people just because they like one trick or the other. Like, and I speak from my I statements. I feel, I use the I all the time because it's just me. It's how I feel. But just because I feel that way doesn't mean other people have to feel that way. No, I'm not talking about anything controversial. Like, if you're really thinking bad things, like, you know, this is not the space for you. But I just mean in general, like, taking the fun away from things that are supposed to be fun and like policing it. I feel like it's just like, that's just the way of the internet these days, and it's annoying. So I just want to give my two piece and answer my question. Is it really that serious? Is it? Because guess what? It's not. It's not that serious. It's not that serious. Yeah. But hopefully this summer is less irritating. Well, actually, no. I think it's going to be very irritating. And I'm so happy the show is ending. Not because like I'm sad to see the characters go and like having a fun little summer show, but like the fandom takes things to the utmost extreme other level, and it's absolutely, it makes the watching the show annoying. Like that's like All American, you know, and George Lader's trying to make things fetch. Like just be on your side. Like just be on your side and support your team. You don't have to come and you don't have to compare yourself. You don't have to compete when you don't compare. You don't have to do all that. So, anyways, you know, that's all I have to say. Like, if you're watching this video, let's make the summer fun and watching the show fun, and just keep to your side. Like, talk about the love and the brightness on your side and support your side, and we'll be over here on our side. Okay? Right. And if you're watching this and you reached this far in the video, go watch Overcompensating, because I do in fact need a season 2, 3, and 4. And that should take us to the end of college, right? And then I need like a season 5 that carries me into the other, you know, this first season didn't even capture the whole of freshman year. So really this could go on forever, and they could be old and wrinkly and I would still watch it. Don't piss me off. Okay, bye guys, thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Yeah, bye.